It is always an important endeavour for one to attempt to stay on top of soon-to-occur future events, along with any new and revolutionary technological breakthroughs that could change the landscape of industry. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we will be going over these soon-to-occur future events in which we will be discussing 7 things that will most likely happen in 2019. An introduction of alternative pain medication. It is no subtle issue that the world has been suffering from an artificially created opioid crisis for several decades now, after pharmaceutical companies pushed medical plans and medical professions to issue more unregulated doses of opioid pain medication that saw more patients getting addicted to harmful substances than ever previously recorded in the history of medicine. This issue was only compounded after research showed that opioid pain medication has been a factor for pain in many patients and can actually cause higher levels of pain for individuals rather than to cure it, creating an unsustainable feedback loop of higher doses and higher chances of addiction among patients. Luckily, new restrictions on the pharmaceutical companies, along with monetary incentive to creating an alternative medicinal treatment for pain, is on top of the list of priorities for 2019. In fact, the Cleveland Clinic, located in the United States, releases the most important medical advancements for the coming year and have already released information surrounding alternative pain management therapies, medications, and even DNA testing to ensure that patients are not at the center of addictive behaviors that could mean easy addiction and a complication of pain management. This is the first year where we will see an actual effort from pharmaceutical companies to take the initiative and work to solve the opioid crisis, whether they would like to or not. 5 solar eclipses worldwide. Back in 2017, the North American solar eclipse was one of the biggest media events at the time, with many believing that the eclipse was a representation of an omen for the future, foreshadowing many terrible events that would soon occur. This event will soon dwarf in comparison to that of the solar eclipses of this year, as there will be roughly 5 solar eclipses in 2019 alone, with a total solar eclipse on July 2nd passing over the southernmost parts of Chile and Argentina. Another major eclipse will occur in the month of December towards the end of the year that will pass over the Arabian Peninsula and arc over many different areas of South Asia. If many people believed the 2019 solar eclipse to be an omen for the United States, it appears that this might also be the case for many other countries from around the world. Coincidentally, many of the areas of its passing are currently going through the many growing pains of globalism, such as that of worker awareness, industrial revolution, and changes in the industry and the rights of workers. This could very well be a large foreshadowing event of a soon-to-occur global change for many of these different areas and countries. The largest public domain dump in decades. United States copyright law is very specific on the nature of the ownership of copyrights and the expiration of these ownership rights. This leads to a complication of the matter of ownership after the end of the life of the creator, with many exceptions or special cases in which must be handled with specificity. Due to many of these issues, back in 2018, it was decided that on January the 1st of 2019, all of the work in the copyright domain that was created before the year 1923 would completely enter public domain. This goes for music, movies, books, publications, edits, works of any kind, and art. This has led to one of the biggest public domain dumps the country has seen in over 20 years, and many experts believe will lead to a boost to the economy as many create valid reproductions, edits, and changes to the work to be used for their own personal projects or financial endeavors. This public domain dump even applies to songs used by YouTube content creators that could lead to a resurgence of incredible 1920s music that do not infringe on copyrights whatsoever and can be used for any works an individual wishes to create in the modern day. Another few examples of works that have entered the public domain due to this decision is the music from composer Bela Bartok, Charlie Chaplin films, some of the work written by insightful creator Aldous Huxley, E. E. Cummings, and famed author H. G. Wells. The Japanese emperor steps down. In April of this year, one of the biggest events to occur for the last 30 years in Japan will soon take centre stage as the country prepares for one of the most unprecedented events to occur for the history of the nation. In 2019, the Emperor of Japan, Emperor Akihito, will voluntarily step down as the Emperor of Japan and take the first step necessary of the transition of power down into the next lineage. The 83-year-old royal emperor will see the end of his 30-year reign and will crown his son, Prince Naruhito, as the reigning Emperor of Japan. This will not only lead to a royal celebration of the end of the reign of Emperor Akihito, but a never-before-seen televised event of the crowning of a Japanese emperor and the rules and traditions that follow in the month of May, less than 30 days after Akihito resigns his position. Although the position of emperor is only widely symbolic and does not necessarily result in transfers of political power, it will still be a momentous occasion of nationwide fanfare and celebration for the small island nation, with many in the industry being allowed a few days off for the celebration and ceremonies. The crowning of a Japanese emperor is usually a once-in-a-lifetime event, and to be able to take the time to witness the ceremonies will be something one will surely not want to miss. Another member of the royal family. Ever since the marriage of Prince Harry and his American-born princess Meghan Markle took centre stage as being one of the biggest and most publicised marriages of the world, everyone has been eagerly waiting to hear additional news about the power couple and their plans for the future. It appears that 2019 will bring with it a new chapter for the recently married couple, as they will be welcoming a new addition to their royal family that is expected to arrive this year. Given the popularity of the royal families and the televised events surrounding their lives, the day of the addition of the new family member will most likely be one of the most popular events to occur for the nation over the next few months. Although they are not sure about the gender or the possible names for the baby just yet, it appears that plans are already well underway for the child, as the couple has been laying low over the past few weeks, most likely to prepare for the media explosion in the coming months. The opening of a Statue of Liberty museum. Ever since the Statue of Liberty was given to the United States government as a sort of thank you gift from the country of France, demonstrating their incredible industrial standards, design and friendship, withstanding alongside the ideals of revolution and democracy as shared between the two countries, the Statue of Liberty has been both a symbol and strategic stronghold for the United States, as it stands for these ideals. Although many would claim that it has been long overdue, construction of additional buildings on the small island of which the statue inhabits has finally been completed, and the introduction of a new state-of-the-art museum will soon find the location to be a home for artifacts of history and respects paid to these core ideals of the American dream. Not only will the addition of the new museum this year be a boom for the tourism of the area, but it will also help to fund and maintain the site for years to come. One can expect to see a detailed history of the relationship the statue has held in history, along with precious documents, trade deals, videos and lectures provided at the location. The museum will be opening up in May of this year, located at the feet of the statue, and will even provide newcomers with an up-close view of the statue's original torch and concepts. End of the world asteroid narrowly missing us. One of the best pieces of news so far has completely passed us on the 4th of February of this year. As it turns out, NASA had been tracking an asteroid for a few years now by the name of 2002 AJ129, of which was predicted to hit the planet and potentially cause a large amount of damage, potentially equivalent to a large nuclear warhead similar to that in size of the Tsar bombs. Luckily for us, it has already passed us at a distance of more than 10 times the distance between that of the Earth and the Moon. Although original estimates put the orbit of the asteroid right on path to that of the Earth, it appears for some strange reason the asteroid moved well out of range, far ahead of the expected orbit of the planet Earth, which translates into good news for the safety of our planet and our collective futures. Starting off the year 2019 with one of the best pieces of news when it comes to avoiding an apocalyptic scenario is more than enough to know that this year will be one of the greatest years for the advancement of human history. But what do you all think of these 2019 events that will most likely occur before the year is out? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.